Psychology for better results. Hello and welcome. Let's take a look at how psychology, and more specifically sports psychology, can assist you in getting the most out of this course. First of all, let's take a look at what sports psychology is and what we can learn from it. The American Psychological Association provides us with a definition which is widely accepted. Sports psychology is a proficiency that uses psychological knowledge and skills to address optimal performance and well-being of athletes, developmental and social aspects of sports participation, and systemic issues associated with sports settings and organizations. At any level, from beginner to advanced, at any age and circumstance, we can use techniques and strategies to help us to achieve better results in training and in life. Professional athletes, similar to people who exercise for fun, might experience an array of difficulties and might find it helpful to be supported in a number of areas. There are three main categories we can benefit from. Number 1, improving our cognitive and behavioural skills. Here, we look at creating goals and using visualization to improve performance, concentration, and attention. Our self-esteem and confidence, as well as our ability to regulate our emotions, are important when we are trying to achieve positive results in our performance. Here as well, we are looking at other skills, such as becoming leaders. What does it take to be a leader? Number 2, using evidence-based strategies and clinical interventions to improve motivation, address issues related to impulse control, eating disorders, addiction, grief, aggression and anger management, rehabilitation, and coping with career and identity crises. And number 3 is consultation and training. It's not just about an individual, it's about the whole system of influence. Sports psychologists will often work on team building, educating coaches, talent development, identifying early issues, and preventing psychological difficulties, including burnout. As you can see, there are many areas that one can focus on. For now, we're going to focus on your intention, goal setting, motivation, realistic positivity, your values, self-esteem, impulse control, stress management, and prevention of burnout. Just before we dive into our first part, I would like to share what I have learnt about people who achieve greatness and don't compromise themselves in the process. Number 1, it's not just about winning. Of course, we all want to win races and achieve great results, but not at any cost. The cost needs to be something that you can afford. We all know champions who had to give up their titles because they used performance-enhancing substances which were not allowed. It cost them their reputation and dignity. And that ultimately overrides their talents and the hours they spent training and working on themselves. So if you want to win, then train to win, and give it your all every time you train. Number 2, there are no secrets. Many athletes would say that generally there are no secrets to great success. Of course, there are great coaches and trainers, and the rituals and routines for everyone will be slightly different. However, there is no one secret to success. Simply ask yourself, where am I right now, and where would I like to get to? What would I like to achieve? And what am I prepared to do and to sacrifice to get there? How would you like to help yourself to get there? You've already started by getting the right program and advice. Start exploring the goals you want to achieve and what you need and who you need to help get you there. Number 3, don't worry about talent. Persevere and work hard. Patience and persistent hard work are more important than natural talent. What I mean is that even if you are the most talented person in the world, if every time you encounter a challenge you become frustrated, have an emotional meltdown, or express your anger in a way that is damaging to your partner and coach, you will most definitely sabotage your efforts to achieve positive results. At the end of the day, even if you win, there might not be many people to share your achievement with. Focus on developing grit, resilience, accountability, positivity, confidence, perseverance, commitment, and passion. If you are patient and persistent and keep on working on developing your skills and mental toughness, you will more than likely achieve great results in the long run and preserve your relationships. Number 4, it's not just about your goal. The goal you set for yourself is important, but it is not above your other obligations and duties. Of course, it is important to acknowledge that you are a human being with many different roles. You might have a job and a family. You might not be able to design your life just around your athletic goal. In fact, most likely, you have limited time to allocate to your hobby. So what we need to consider is how to design your life to help yourself to achieve your goals while maintaining employment, fulfilling your duty to your family, and having time for spiritual and mental health, recreation, and recovery. What you can't do is isolate and separate this goal from the rest of your life. In fact, incorporating it effectively will help you to feel supported by your partner, family, and friends. Number 5. Notice when it's out of balance. Of course, your physical exercises and routines matter. However, without a positive mindset, we struggle with challenges. In many sports cultures, coaches are protective of their players' additional stresses and attempt to create an environment where their players need only focus on their game. I have frequently observed when sports starts out as a healthy hobby, but becomes a maladaptive coping strategy when it takes over the life of a person and squeezes everything else out of it. They stop performing well at work, spending all their money on buying equipment, and stop holidaying with their family as the only holidays they take are to go overseas to participate in triathlons. Participation in sport becomes easy and positively reinforced, as people will rarely comment negatively on this activity. It's not as if they're smoking or taking drugs. However, you do sport because it is easier, and you might not want to resolve issues with your partner because it is immediately less pleasant and might be challenging and would require you give it a bit more of your time. In my practice, I have met many people who have achieved great results in their fields of expertise. However, their achievements didn't bring them the happiness they wanted, as they were so narrowly focused on what they wanted to achieve that they forgot to check in with their partners and often drifted apart. Some people get divorced after winning a championship, others after they just completed building a house together. So my advice is to stay connected with your life, with people, and other pursuits. Is the goal you came up with still relevant? Do you live your best possible life? Are you happy? In conclusion, decide what you want and how you want to achieve it. Identify what is missing. Find the right people to support you in achieving your goals. Create a positive structure and support. Keep it in a good balance. Make it a positive habit in your life. In the next part, we will look at our goals, motivation, and creating realistic optimism.